St. Louis City has held a bad reputation for many years. Some of this is because of the crime and violence that has been associated with larger cities for years, but the majority of this is due to the very noticeable tension between the people within St. Louis City. This tension drives people away from the city and into the county, which causes people to view the county as safer and more family-friendly than the city. This creates the stereotypes that we associate with St. Louis City and St. Louis County. What were your impressions of St. Louis City before you moved here?
So from everything I read, there was a lot of worries about, danger, concerns with safety and that kind of thing. But then the more I researched and the more I knew people that were around here, there was other things I looked into, like activities for kids, sporting events. And so I decided to give it a try, pick the right area after researching that. But you always hear first, especially after Ferguson, about the safety and concerns there.
What are your impressions now?
My impression of the city is everybody is actually very friendly, very helpful when you're looking for things, and there's a lot more to do than I anticipated, just even within the street that I'm living on, downtown. There's always still the concerns about, where not to go and what not to do, but it seems to be pretty ever present that people know the appropriate things to say and do and where to go and how to react to situations. But I don't have this overwhelmingly, ominous feeling of walking down the streets at night or walking my dogs or doing anything that would just be normal anywhere else.
What kind of people do you think live in the city?
I think the people that choose to live in St. Louis City now are probably the people that actually work here, or ones that, grew up here and have a history here. So I think that's who, and then you have a few, like with the Loft District coming up, that are moving in, that are getting the jobs in the area and want that city life. I think those people are now choosing to live here now that they're building up some other areas, different type of living.
What kind of people do you think live in St. Louis County?
I think the people that live in St. Louis County are the ones that have probably been in the area for a long time, that want more of that suburban lifestyle, that don't really want to deal with the hustle and bustle maybe that comes with the whole downtown mentality. They may potentially feel safer out there, or it may feel more like a neighborhood atmosphere, but you also get that downtown, so it might be misconceptions.
Would you raise your kids in St. Louis City? Why or why not?
I don't know. Being a single parent here, but my child goes to school elsewhere, I haven't researched the schools to know. I think it would take something like that. My initial impression would probably be not, just because it feels like a city on the decline financially, and it doesn't have a lot of budgetary things happening to it. A lot of people, the population is moving away from here, so I feel like if they're doing that, then the funding for education is going away as well.
What are your impressions of the schools in the city?
Everything seems to be great when it gets to schools that are applied for, schools that are private and that kind of thing. I feel like there are a lot of safety concerns when it comes to the public school systems, either being overcrowding or the districting isn't quite set up the right way, where there isn't enough teachers for the amount of students and the curriculum isn't at a level that is helpful to what is necessary to get higher education, get accepted to those higher colleges. And this is all hearsay and reading a little bit that I have and research that I have.
What are your impressions of the schools in the county?
It seems to be by word of mouth. People talk a lot more favorable about the schools in the county. I don't know. I haven't seen anything directly. I know a lot of times in major metropolitan areas, the public school systems are usually worse than they are in the surrounding counties. And that could be for a number of reasons. I don't know if it's, the income of the area or what's provided. But I've heard more about the issues and concerns of the schools in the city than I have in the county.
Would you let your kids hang out in the city without an adult?
I think as a parent, the same restrictions would apply that I would anywhere else. Where are you going? How long are you going to be there? Who are you going with? No, I would not want my child just driving around the city and anywhere. I wouldn't want them walking around anywhere. But I think that's a concern of every parent, no matter what's going on in what situation in what area. But my instinct is no, but I worry about that in any city.
For years, the city has been deemed as unsafe and the county as the best place to live with your family if you want to live in the St. Louis area. St. Louis City has pitfalls, just like any other city or any other neighborhood, but St. Louis City also has beautiful neighborhoods and an abundance of activities for everyone. St. Louis City is a community of people that work to keep the city safe. The county has just as much risk as the city.